Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. Snow fell slowly, covering the outside world in a white blanket. It snowed for the first time of the season, and many kids were excited because they could finally use all the new toys they had just bought for Christmas. Most people are happy and excited on Christmas Eve, but that's not the case for little Robbie Lambert. He wanted one thing very badly, but it would never, ever be given to him. Even though he was young, he knew that his wish would never come true. He prayed every night in a whisper that it would happen, but it never did. Robert, who was little, cried himself to sleep on Christmas Eve. He knew once more that the one gift he really wanted would not be there. He longed for his lovely sister to come back. He missed the good times when they played house or dressed up together. Even though he knew she was happy in heaven, he still wanted her back. God, why did you take her away? My mom and I prayed really hard that Robin would get better, and... He didn't finish his question as he fell asleep. Kendra closed her eyes and felt the tremors that let her know Robbie was having a very bad day again. She knew how bad things were for little Robbie, but chose to do nothing. It was better to stay out of the way of nature than to mess with it unless someone's personal safety was at risk. But this night, the feelings were stronger than ever. This night, the prayer had been sent all the way to heaven. Kendra was a terrestrial angel. People called her a kind fairy because she was one of those quiet, but always watching beings whose only job was to look out for and give their human charges what was best, even if it wasn't always what the humans wanted. Kendra knew exactly what little Robbie wanted. Kendra knew that the boy and his mother had been through a terrible thing when his sister died. She had stayed close to the boy and watched and waited until now. When she asked other guardians for advice about this child, they told her to wait until heaven answered. It was Christmas Eve, a time when true prayers were always answered. Kendra got the answer and knew what she needed to do. Robbie had a dream. Robbie, come on. I've already set up the tea set. At this point, you can be the mom. Robin spoke. Her left hand was on the hip of her blue jeans, and she held a little pink party dress in her other hand. She stood next to the small table. Do I really have to? Robbie answered. Robbie, you do. You know that you like to act like a girl in this dress, and this is the last time I'll let you wear mine. The next time, your mom will have to get you your own dress, the girl answered in a teasing way. The angel with pink wings held out the dress for Robbie to take. When Robbie saw that Robin looked like a beautiful angel, he smiled. He didn't ask about this. His sister was very good. It showed up on his body as he reached out and touched the dress. His golden hair fell down his back, and he wore pretty white Mary Jane shoes with white nylons around his legs. The angel that looked like Robin made him smile. Thanks a lot, he said. Thank you, sweetheart, Kendra replied as she looked at the child in her magic mirror. Time is a puzzle. Not for those who haven't been born yet. It stops moving forward for the dead. It can be changed for the living. When it's the right time, angels do that. Even then, it only has an effect on the people it was made for. For everyone else, their time stays the same. This was the answer Kendra found for Robbie's problem. There were only a few small changes made to the Lambert family trees. The bus that was taking the kids to the summer trip stopped. Luckily, the car had been going slowly because the hill was steep. The metal piece that poked a hole in the front tire did not make the driver lose control. The piece hadn't been there for a minute. The car stopped when they reached the emergency turnoff. After getting off the bus, the kids and their adults waited on the grassy hill. The old bus didn't have a radio, so the driver had to walk to find a phone. The adults with the kids, including Janet Lambert, knew that the bus wouldn't be fixed for a few hours. There was a swimming party at the lake that the kids would miss, but they could still have a picnic and play games in the field at the top of the hill. The trip wouldn't be a waste because it would be fun. 9 years earlier, Michael's boss didn't see the customer's proposal package with the note, "Urgent response required," that was delivered by courier. for the reason that it wasn't there before. Michael had to work late because his boss called him. Michael knew that Janet wanted to have another child and that this was the best time of the month for her to get pregnant. He promised to come home early because he loved Janet very much. They planned to spend the night together alone. It was decided that Janet's sister would watch Robin for the evening, and she even joked that she should stay up all night with the baby. She was very smart. Michael called his wife to tell her about the change of plans. She was upset, but she told Michael she understood and would plan a late dinner. That night, Roberta was conceived. The X chromosome did what it was supposed to do. A different chromosome would have made its mark if Michael had come home early, one that has a Y. Fast forward to Kendra. Kendra took a seat and waited. The changes she made to the timeline didn't show up right away. They took a while to take effect because they affected a lot of years. The main issue was that she couldn't get rid of Robbie's memory. The prayers and wishes were too strong to be forgotten. She would have to get into his dreams once more. Perhaps she could give him some ideas that would change what he did remember. Robbie had a dream. "Hey, Bobby, be still. If you keep moving around, I can't get these curls right," her mother told her. "Mom, I agree, but why can't I get hair like Robin's? She's had a lot more time than you to grow her hair out, honey. It's not long enough." "I might be able to do it like Robin's when yours is a little longer. Your hair was longer than most boys, and I can make it into a nice page." "Okay, I'm done. Let's see how you two look in your new Christmas dresses." Robbie dreamed that he woke up, but he didn't. "Take a nap, Robbie. Forget about it. She's still alive, your sister. Get rid of the pain. It's going to happen what you want. Go to sleep and let peace come." Robbie gave a smile. The pretty girl with pink wings smiled back. Now he woke up for real. Christmas morning has come. "Girls, it's Christmas time, so get up. Before you go downstairs, I want you both to get dressed." "Okay, Mom." Both voices said the same thing. Robin got up and went to the bathroom before Bobby did. Bobby was a little slow to get up. She laid back and enjoyed how warm her bed covers were. There was something wrong. It was just that she couldn't remember what it was. She slowly got up, sat on the edge of the bed, and put her soft shoes on her feet. Her fleece nightgown was too high on her legs, and it was a little cold outside, which made her feel bad. She got out of bed, took off her nightgown, and reached for her coat, which was hanging on the bedpost. She sat back on the edge of the bed to wait, because she could hear Robin in the shower. Without thinking, she reached for the model airplane book that was sitting on the table. She took out the book and began to look through the pages about tiny models. She then threw the book down. She remembered, and he remembered. She quickly got up and went to the dresser mirror. It was like her wish had come true. She started to smile and cry. "Thanks a lot," she spoke to the mirror in silence. Robin came out of the bathroom when she heard her sister in tears. She walked up to her and wrapped her arm around her. "Why are you upset, Bobby?" Robin asked, as she stroked Bobby's long golden hair. "I'm a woman. Hi, Robin, I am a girl." "Yes, you are. That was a stupid thing to say. What else might you be? Some gross boy." She turned around and gave her sister a big hug. "Robin, no, of course not. Last night, I had a bad dream. I dreamed that you had died and left me alone when I was a boy. That was awful." "Oh, sister, that's awful." "That's not true, which makes me happy. I won't leave you, and I don't think I could handle a spoiled brother. Ever." "Robin, neither do I. I love you so much, and I like being a girl." "I love you too, Bobby." The sisters hugged each other for a long time, and both of them shed happy tears. Robin finally pulled away and told her, "Now go use the bathroom quickly. We need to get dressed for Christmas and open lots of presents." Little Bobby Lambert knew the truth, even though she was very small. Being given the most valuable Christmas present she would ever receive made her wonder how it had happened. "Thanks, Angel. I will always remember," she whispered in a quiet prayer of praise as she went to start her first day as her true self. The morning after Christmas was quiet. The excitement from yesterday was still in the air, but there was a sense of calmness, too. Bobby woke up earlier than Robin, who was still asleep. She looked at her sister, who was lying peacefully, and felt a sense of happiness and contentment. She quietly got out of bed and went to the window. The snow outside was still pristine, untouched by the morning's activities. She watched as the sun slowly rose, casting a soft glow on the white blanket that covered the world. Bobby then went to her closet and carefully chose her outfit for the day. She picked a soft powder blue sweater and a matching skirt. The skirt was flared and came down to her knees, perfect for twirling, which she loved to do. She put on a pair of white tights and her favorite black Mary Janes. Standing in front of the mirror, she admired her reflection. She felt happy with her choice, feeling both pretty and comfortable. After getting dressed, Bobby went downstairs to the kitchen where her mother was preparing breakfast. "Good morning, sweetheart," her mom greeted her with a smile. "You look lovely today." "Thanks, Mom," Bobby replied with a grin. She helped set the table while her mom finished cooking. The smell of pancakes and bacon filled the air, making Bobby's stomach rumble. Robin joined them soon after, rubbing her eyes sleepily. She smiled when she saw Bobby and their mother. "Good morning," she said, sitting down at the table. The three of them enjoyed a leisurely breakfast together. They talked about what they would do that day, deciding to go for a walk in the snow later. After breakfast, Bobby helped clear the table and wash the dishes. She liked helping out in the kitchen. It made her feel grown up and responsible. Later, as they got ready for their walk, Bobby carefully chose a warm coat, gloves, and a hat. She picked a bright red coat, which stood out beautifully against the snow. They all put on their boots and stepped outside, the cold air nipping at their faces. As they walked, Bobby looked around at the winter wonderland. The trees were covered in snow, and everything looked so peaceful and serene. She loved the crunching sound her boots made in the snow. They walked to the nearby park, where a few children were building snowmen and having snowball fights. Bobby felt a sense of joy watching them play. Robin suggested they build a snowman too, and Bobby eagerly agreed. They found a good spot and started rolling snowballs. Bobby's hands got cold, but she didn't mind. She was having too much fun. After a while, they had built a decent-sized snowman. They used stones for the eyes and mouth and a carrot for the nose. Bobby found a stick and placed it as the snowman's arm. Standing back, they admired their creation. Bobby felt a sense of achievement. She had never built a snowman before, and it felt special doing it with her sister. They took a few pictures with the snowman, capturing the moment. After playing in the snow for a while, they decided to head back home. Once home, they had hot chocolate to warm up. Bobby held the warm mug in her hands, feeling the heat seep into her fingers. That evening, as Bobby lay in bed, she thought about the day. It had been simple, yet so fulfilling. She felt lucky to have her family and the life she had. She thought about her angel, Kendra, who had made this possible. First, she thought she was dreaming, but now, after the second day, it must have been real all along. A small tear fell out of her eye. She was so happy, looking forward what adventures the future as a girl would bring. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.